Hey, what's up everybody out there in YouTube? It's the Repo Man 360 and it's summertime. Yes, the yard sales are finally kicking off. People are outside grilling, cutting grass, having a good time out on the water, and I'm yard sailing. But first, I'm going to have to do a little Thursday sneakeroo. I went to the dentist on Thursday, so the charity shop's on, which I say charity shop because I'm still thinking of my second favorite Brit, Retro Chef. If you haven't checked out his channel, you should definitely check it out. He's definitely my bruv. I'm going to leave a link to his channel down below. Super great guy. Awesome content. Just a fun little watch. But I stopped into the charity shop, and they had right in the front, ooh, this big gigantic box. I believe it's still the factory seal, and it was $4. But it's definitely blown out at the bottom here. So I wouldn't call it sealed, but I don't think it's been fondled either. And it comes with, woo, goodness, this is heavy to 2 mats and the game for the PS2. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. Ooh, that is big. So the other grabs while I was there, game-wise, was a copy of Rugby 2004, I believe, yes, 2004, for the PS2. Kind of an uncommon title. Rugby isn't very popular on the consoles, but was complete. And their games are a flat rate of $2.99. Was not fond of... I was hoping to get a bit of a deal on these, but I didn't. But I did get a good deal on something else. This is WrestleMania 19, I believe. No manual. Disc has got some wear on it, but it does have the little WWE logo there at the bottom that you can't replicate on another case. And then an odd find, and again, I was surprised she charged me $3 for this because it wasn't even in the games. I found it somewhere completely different, but she charged me the $3 for a copy of Batman Forever, and unfortunately, no manual, but the card itself is in great shape. And I couldn't help but notice all of these funny, hilarious things they said about this Sega Genesis title. Just give them a read. I'll wait. Yes, I laughed too. The last thing I got there, I thumbed through their shirts, just for funsies, and came across this. It's an extra large Star Wars Episode 1 Phantom Menace. It's supposed to be a crew shirt. I will note that at the bottom it has it's not like a uniform cut. It's like somebody cut it. I don't know if that's how the person that owned it originally did it. I don't know if that's whoever gave it to the charity shop, if that's what they did with it, how it ended up that way. But it is a little, you can kind of see it right here. It has this uneven cut, for some reason. I don't know why they did that. I haven't tried it on. I don't think I will. It'll probably just go in a box. Just thought that was neat. Okay, so that's it for the charity shop. So now on to yard sales. I had to work this Saturday, so did not get to go to very many yard sales before work. So I hit one in particular that started at 8, a little early because they said they had games, and I was pretty excited about that until I got there, and nobody had bought any games yet, but the Wii and PS3 stuff they had was all like Rock Band, Guitar Hero, and they were selling it with the instruments, so not really a good deal. The games, they had a lot of DS games with the cases, manuals, all the fun stuff, and I don't want to ruin it, so I'm going to show the first one here that I have, this Club Penguin Elite Force with the nice sticker of earning tokens online. But if you look on the side here, they are individually priced. So the lady told me she went on GameStop's website, found the cheapest she could find it, and then took a couple of bucks off, is what she said. So I ended up, all the cased ones came to $40, and then she had a couple of loose ones, and I asked, would they do $35 for all the stuff I wanted, and she said, no, I'm being fair with the prices, so I'll do the $40. So I got the stuff that was loose for free, if you will, and paid full freight for the rest. So moving on, we have Discovery Kids Parrot Pals, dogs, and these are all complete except for I want to say Happy Feet. Yes, Happy Feet has its inserts, but not its instructions. Then we have Pogo Island. Woo, slipping already. Ratatouille. Style Savvy. Not the best titles ever, but this one's not too bad. We got Diddy Kong Racing DS. Happy to have it. I haven't had a copy of this. Really excited to play it. This was one of my favorite games on the Nintendo 64. It was probably the first game I really sat there and really wanted to 100% everything. With 007, I ran through it and did fun little things, but that was kind of one of those games where like you made up your own thing with your buddies, like beat a level in so fast or only use a pistol or something like that. This was the first one that I really wanted to get 100% of everything. Okay, and they had wanted $4 for it. I don't know if you can see it through the plastic. Pets Dogs 2, which I believe I have the case and manual for. I have a case and manual for a lot of DS games. I went on a bit of a craze and bought a bunch of those, expecting to maybe repurpose them for GBAs or, maybe finding the loose games later. And then for the GBA, we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Worldwide Edition, which I have a personal copy of this, and they only wanted $2 for that, so I saved $6. They had one more game. It was a GBA game, one of the Harry Potter, I think the Sorcerer's Stone. I kind of asked for that one in the bundle too, and I think they had 4 on that as well, and she's like, no, that's too much. So I was like, alright, well, I bought all the other handheld stuff. Hopefully one person will show up and want your Harry Potter game. Oh, well, what can you do? So after that, I went to another sale and did not get anything game related. It was one of those we're going to start on time sales. So I had to wait around a little bit, but they came out and said everything was $2 each. So whatever you picked up, there's no haggling, no hassling. It's $2. So for $2, I got this bike pump that plugs into your car. And I did test it out. It does work. And probably the better deal, I have to imagine this is valuable to somebody. I don't think I can get it in the whole shot. There we go. Ooh, stretch it in. Stretchy. Alright, a Schwinn bicycle pump, which I have tested and does work. So, very neat to get that. There was one other sale I tried to get to, but it was another one of those we're going to start on time ones, and I just didn't have time for that. So, went to work, and I recently bought a couple of things from somebody on eBay, and I got to talking with them because they were selling a few PSP things, and I thought the price was a little off. I tried to get a little education on why it was so high, and then people were bidding on it too. So I mean, it's obviously somebody thinks it's worth that much, and apparently some of the UMDs, the movies for the PSP, are actually valuable. And I remembered the pawn shop that got rid of basically all their game stuff had a bunch of these movies, so I went in, and she actually gave me a really good deal. She did 2 for $5, so for $27 altogether. Let's see if I can. There we go. Okay, sorry, there's a lot of stuff. for $27, I went ahead and bought them all. One duplicate, and that is House of Flying Daggers. I said I'd buy them all, so I felt kind of funny not not buying it and leaving it there. I believe they both have their little insert in them, and both of them look to be about the same condition. I actually have this sealed. I had bought it for a trip and ended up not watching it on the PSP. Somebody actually had it on DVD, and we watched the DVD. And one of them she threw in the case for free. This copy of Hitch did not have the UMD. That's why it's always important. You always check. Always check. You do not want to get home and find out you bought a case of nothing. Alright, so we have Beavis and Butthead, Mike Judge Collection Volume 1, and I'll probably skip opening these because this video is going to get a bit long. We have Richard Pryor, Live on the Sunset Strip, Tomb Raider, Boys in the Hood, Da Ali G Show, Disc 1, and I did have to, Ali G Show Disc 2, I did have to pay separate for these, even though I kind of tried to explain, like, this is one thing. I know it's in two cases, but it's one thing, but wasn't having any of that, and you can see the case has some minor issues there. I might actually just switch out that Hitch case for this. And then, for some odd reason, they have the Ali G Show complete first season in Disc 2. Just Disc 2. Disc 2. So, somebody got Disc 1. Then we have Artie Lang. It's the Whiskey Talking. And Spawn. Special Edition. Uncut Collector's Edition for mature audiences. Now, no paper for that one, though. And the case does have a little bit of dingage. So for $27, not bad. I was never into the movies for it, but hey, if they're collectible, if people are interested in them out there, I'm definitely willing to make a deal on some of those. So let's see. I stopped by the pawn shop I normally go to, and didn't see anything. It was a slow week this week, but with the World Cup going on right now, I went ahead and snagged a copy of FIFA World Cup Germany 2006. The case is in rough shape. There's no manual, and the disc is in pretty rough shape. I don't even know that it's going to play, and you can even see the fork's broken, so I can't even use the case. So I'll give it a whirl. It was just kind of an impulse buy, $5. It does have its little holographic key sticker. But, what can you do? Sometimes you hit a home run, sometimes you strike out. Now, while I was checking the hours for that pawn shop I bought the UMDs from, I noticed there was a listing for a pawn shop I hadn't heard of before. I don't get... It's a small island. It's like 3x3, 2x3, something like that. But I don't get to the old town, part of town very much. And this is like right there on the edge between Newtown and Old Town. There's a pawn shop in between a restaurant and a liquor store. I never heard of it. So I decided to see if they were open today. And I popped in, and it was a little tight. The guy was helping somebody at the time. Did not have a wide game selection. I saw a few game things in his case, like controllers. He had a couple of consoles out, an Xbox, PS2, some multi-taps. But this caught my eye. It was a Sega Saturn. Now, the one I have is a little different. I want to say it's just a touch fatter, like taller, and maybe a little shorter. But the buttons themselves are different on the one that I have. I don't know if this is the second version or the first version. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I got mine as a gift as a kid, so I couldn't tell you. But this really threw me off. I said, no wonder it's still here. Good God, nobody's going to give you $80 for that. So I will let the guy finish up with his customer and kind of asked him, hey, do you have games? Do you have much game stuff? And he's like, no, but if you see something you like, the prices are negotiable. I said, well, I'm interested in this, but do you have the power cable? Not the power cable. There's the power cable. The AV cable. No, I don't have the AV cable. Do you have any controllers? Okay, so then I offered the guy $30 for it. And he was like, well, some of this stuff goes up in value as time goes on. So let me see what it's going for right now. And he went and looked and said, you know what, $30 is fair for what I'm offering you. And I kind of put it out there, if you do happen to find the controller or any of that kind of stuff, or games or anything, because like I said, the store was packed. And I don't know that he could really get to everything. I may have been the first person to ask about it in a long time. The pad here is coming up a bit. This pad is missing. But otherwise, it's a really clean unit. I checked inside. The battery's in there, and it doesn't look nasty. Did come with a game, and it's never... it's never Panzer Dragoon. It's always something like World Series Baseball. Hey, it's got a little light scratching on it, but it is a game. I have not tested this yet. I do have the cables. I thought I had pulled out my Saturn to compare the two, and in this pile I've probably covered it up. So I do apologize for that. Maybe in my next video I'll go ahead and compare them side to side. Or maybe, if you just know which version this is, the one that has the lettering just written on the top, just leave it in the comments below. I appreciate it. Alright, so that was going to be it. That was a lot of stuff, right? Did alright. And then I went to do the video after I got off work. And one thing led to another, ended up not getting done. So when I woke up this morning, just for funsies, let me check and see if there's any yard sales today on Sunday. And sure enough, there was a yard sale going on that hadn't been going on the previous day, or so I thought. And it turns out that the lady that was there, actually, she had 3 roommates, and the 2 roommates had sold their stuff on Saturday, and she was home selling her stuff on Sunday, but they kind of cross-sold their stuff as they went. I looked around, didn't see a whole lot that I was interested in, got to the table, was just about ready to go, and I noticed this. And inside of it was, everything was a bit jumbled together, and just a little sidetrack, I have really tried to get this off. I don't know what it is. If anyone knows how to get this kind of stuff off, I've tried soap, I've tried Windex, I've tried Goo Gone, which I didn't really want it, but I was desperate. I tried Shout Stain Remover. Nothing seems to be able to get this out, but I managed to get the rest of it clean, which I'll show later. But it was kind of splayed open, and it had a price. Everything was priced. Everything had price stickers on it. Today was definitely a price day. And then inside, kind of jumbled together, was this PS2 here. And now I've made it look nice and cleaned everything up. And you can see the price here was $20. But I got to talking to her, and like I said, it wasn't nice and clean and set up. I said, what do you think about, would 10 be okay? And she said, sure, no problem. I know might be hard to tell from having it. This is a really, really, really clean unit. If you can see that plastic on there, they never removed the strip from the middle. Inside there was a game, and you can see here, I got the cables. This box is actually made for the fat unit, but as you can see, the slim unit did fit in there. It's got a spot in the back here where it opens up, and you could and vents on the side here, and you could just play it right in here without even taking it out. And if you look, I got all the stuff off of the track there. There's nothing in the fuzzies. Really cleaned up nice, except for that one part there. And I'll open this back up and kind of show you. There was a set of cables in there. I'm not sure what they went to, but they're kind of interesting. I might show those. We have manuals. I did get this game, Cabela's Big Game Hunter, and these were kind of just like shoved in one of the pockets with the games, so the games weren't even visible. This game was not included, but Cabela's African Safari manual, and these are all PS2 manuals. Cabela's Deer Hunt 2005 season, which was in there, and Bass Strike was the game inside the console. So I kind of there's the only game that didn't have the manual was the Tasmanian. What was it? The Tasmanian Tiger. Yes. But you can see all the other games were in there. Just kind of have them out there. I'm not going to leave them in here like this. This is just kind of for display purposes. But, you know, game to game. Is at $10 for the whole thing. I mean, I definitely made out. And you can see, I mean, it looks great, except for that one part. So I'm really hoping somebody will have the trick for cleaning that up. But that's not the only thing that was in there. And again, I can't stress enough, I took the time to make this look nice. I thought it would be a fun little reveal, especially being the last thing. But everything was just shoved on top. It was a bit dirty, you know, had fuzz balls and whatnot. This here is the controller compartment, and you can see I have a hip gear wireless receiver. That controller is not here, so I've got that piece and nothing to go with it. Then we have the Memory Max. I believe this is for the action replay. There was not an action replay in here. And then this was kind of a neat find. It's from Radio Shack. It's USB to PlayStation controller, so you can use your PlayStation controller on your PC. It's kind of neat. And then this one, you can see there's two controllers in there, wrapped up very nicely. The first one, I went ahead and unwound the wires just so you could see it real good. It is a Titan controller. I've never seen one of these before. I'm not big on third-party controllers. The buttons feel nice. And if you notice, it has, if you can see, macro on there. So it looks like it's a programmable controller. It's kind of neat. And of course, it had a first-party controller in super great shape. Everything's real nice on it. Sticks are great. So overall, great weekend. Couldn't believe it. I mean, that $10 score finding this was just a fluke. I mean, I don't normally check for Sunday yard sales Sunday. I usually check for them, you know, Friday and Saturday. So just spur of the moment thing. Thought, you know, why not, and really lucked out. So I really appreciate that. Met a nice lady. She was real nice. It was super cool. I do want to kind of touch on something with my channel. I just hit 250 subscribers, and then it went down to 249. So I'm right there on that edge. I believe with there's some certain circumstances right now with my health that I've been addressing, and unfortunately it's really been affecting my weight. So between finances and my health, I'm not going to be able to go to any conventions this year. I was really looking forward to that, but I am going to keep yard sailing, so I'll hopefully have some content in that way. But it looks like I might be doing some more collection videos or how-tos, or I'll definitely keep putting out content, but I don't know how much in the way of pickups I'm going to have, because I'm not going to be able to keep eBaying either. So I appreciate everybody's support. I am going to be doing quite a few sale and trade videos. I think that might be at least a once a month thing, maybe twice a month. We'll see how it goes. But hopefully everything will work itself out, and I'll be okay, and everything will be all right. And I hate to end on a bit of a downer, but I mean this was a really great weekend. I had a blast getting it. It's super hot. Please let me know how you guys did out there this weekend. Let me know what was your favorite thing maybe that you got this weekend. And as always, guys, please leave those thumbs up and let me know how I'm doing in the comments. And take care, guys.